Silver got very close to $33 an ounce today. I'll tell you why in this video, as silver prices have surged, and also about another metal that we should be starting to pay attention to again. Let's talk about it as we explore. Later in the video, I'm going to show you a new piece of silver that I got just today, and it was a spontaneous purchase. It's not something I recommend doing with regards to silver. I think you should plan your purchases. I think you should really think about it. But nonetheless, it was a pretty good deal, just like the deal I got on this silver coin here. I'll reflect on that in a moment here as well. But let's take a look at the markets and what they did today. Gold up slightly, up 0.04% moments before the markets close, up $1.30 to $2,919 per ounce. But silver is the clear winner of all the metals today. Moments before the markets close, they are up 2.1%. And of course, for those who are critical about what I define a surge as anything above 2% increase, or a plunge, anything below 2% decrease. What does that mean? Well, in any given day, that's a pretty big move for silver and gold. Anything over 2% is a pretty big move in one direction or another. And this is a precious metals news channel reporting on daily movements of silver and gold. Of course, part of that analysis gives you perspective on silver and gold and what they do over the long course of time. But it is good to understand how and why the markets move, and that's what I provide here on this channel. So if you are new here, I hope you will consider subscribing to the channel and press that thumbs up button as well. It does help the algorithm. Platinum is up $6 today, and palladium is the only metal that's down. But we'll stop right there. Let's talk a little bit about what silver did today. From Bloomberg, reporting that silver climbed to a one-week high as concerns about a global trade war fanned haven demand and the dollar weakened. Gold also advanced slightly, and it's risen now. Silver has for third day. A gauge of the dollar hit in the lowest in about 3 months as the euros strengthened and amid Germany's plan to boost spending and loosen borrowing restrictions. So there's another geopolitical aspect that doesn't relate to war. It's kind of nice when that happens. But a weaker greenback benefits precious metals, making them more affordable for buyers in other countries. In fact, I'd be remiss if I did not tell you exactly what the dollar index has done today. Taking a look at the markets here, the Dow Jones is actually up and recovering today, up over 1%, up 485 points. The NASDAQ is up 267 points. The S&P 500 is up 64 points, but the dollar index is hurting. It is down over 1% today. That's a big drop for the strength of the dollar, and that is reflecting on silver especially. Gold, not so much. A lot of people feel that gold is kind of, is moving so fast and up so much. I don't say a lot, but there are some, including myself, that thinks that gold may be nearing its top if it's not there yet. I know I'm in the minority on that, but in some ways I kind of hope so I can buy more. But nonetheless, that is the situation. But I do think that there is a lot of support for gold, as I mentioned in this morning's video, which if you haven't seen, hope you will check out. I'll post a link to it at the end screen on why I think gold is going to remain high. However, dips and opportunities will become, and that's where Summit Metals comes in. They do have very competitive prices. I've checked their prices again today, and they are very competitive. They may not be the absolute lowest for what you're looking for, but make no mistake, they do provide good competitive prices, if not the lowest prices from time to time. So check out summitmetals.com. You can scan the QR code on the back of this card as well too. And so traders are keeping a close eye on how trade tariffs affect the global economy. President Trump warned Americans that there could be economic discomfort as a result of levies as he defended his policies to remake the U.S. economy in his speech to Congress. Any pickup in inflation and hit to global growth could bolster the appeal of gold and silver as a store of value. The U.S. put 25% tariffs on most goods from Canada and Mexico. Of course, we worry about that with gold and silver. Apparently, they will and are being affected. And tariffs on China up 20%. But Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said Wednesday that Trump is set to announce changes to the tariffs on Canada and Mexico he slapped on earlier this week, with potential relief for automobiles and other sectors. Unlike gold, a huge chunk of silver demand comes from industrial applications. Demand has exceeded supply for several years, and although there's still a large amount of above-ground stockpiles, a number of market commentators have pointed to possible tightness in availability in the London spot market, which is a dominant trading hub. Roughly 100 million ounces of silver have flowed into U.S. exchange warehouses in recent months as tariff fears created a lucrative premium for traders who could ship metal in. The tidal wave of silver risk pushing freely available silver in the London spot market below a critical threshold needed for the market to function. Daniel Gali, a senior commodity strategist at TD Securities, recently wrote that in a note. And so there's a lot of things that I think could lead to silver being pushed upwards. And so today I went into a local Costco, and for the very first time I saw a very shiny silver bar sitting in the jewelry display case, and I was shocked, and I could not believe it. And it was at a price that was just not much above spot price. It was like $339, and I was like, wow, that's a steal, and I could put it on a credit card and get points back for it. So the opportunity was there. Well, I went ahead and bought the bar, and here is the bar that I got. Lady of Liberty from Pamp Suisse, 10-ounce silver bar, available at Costco, at my local Costco in physical form. I didn't have to go online to buy this. I had a chat with the associate there and he told me that, they can't keep gold in stock. It goes out like crazy, and they just got these bars in. Says, you know what, I'll go ahead and buy this. But I made a boo-boo in purchasing this bar, because by the time I drove away, I saw that the bar cost me $10 more than what the sign had said. And I thought, well, am I going to go back in there and fight for $10? Well, I don't know. I went and checked it out with what other places were selling these 10-ounce bars for, and it was still the cheapest you could buy for the cash price for most places online right now. So I decided not to mess with it, and more than likely, probably the price is flexes with the spot price to some degree, and so that's probably why it went up, because silver went up today and yesterday. And so I wasn't going to argue. I wasn't going to go back and try to go through and wait in line to try to figure that out. By the time, the gas and time to do that, I would have done that. Would have been a headache to do. So I went ahead and just accepted it for what it was. It's a beautiful bar, by the way. Very, very nice, from Pam Suisse. So I'm glad to add this. So I'm still buying silver. I'm still stacking it. That's 11 ounces, almost 11 ounces. This is 0.77 ounces at very close to spot. And so I decided to do that, and it will add points to the credit card. But be careful doing that when you put stuff on your credit card, just in general. And there's a general rule for any and everything. Make sure you can pay it off within 30 days. I think that's very important that you do, so that it doesn't accrue interest. And you can get points, but it doesn't accrue interest, especially if you're not penalized 3 to 4% in order to make that happen. Now, here's another thing that we should start watching. I don't have any analysis to give to it, but apparently the markets are moving in this metal, rhodium. That's right. I only have 1 ounce of it. Sorry, I don't have any more than that. And I bought it for heck of a cheap. There's a whole playlist on my channel called Rhodium. I hope you will check it out, and you'll see the journey of this one bar through its journey from being purchased based off of a spot price of around $600 to $700 an ounce, purchased it for $1,100 an ounce, all the way to its meteoric rise of almost $30,000 an ounce, and why I didn't sell it. Well, rhodium is up over 2% right now. In fact, it's up 2.07%, up $100. Rhodium market moves in increments of $25. and that brings the price up to $5,375 an ounce. Now, the rhodium market has never pushed too much below $4,000. In fact, I don't know that it has been below $4,000 an ounce since it reached the price of $29,000. But nonetheless, it is something to watch and figure out what's going on here. Is it related to tariff fears? Rhodium is needed in industry, and so it would not surprise me if the rhodium market is being affected for industrial purposes, and that's why the price is going up. So very interesting indeed, but we're paying attention to rhodium here on this channel because, after all, this is the Salivate Metal channel, and that means we drool over all the metals. In fact, I even have a full tungsten stack video as well. I've shown a kilo of titanium and other metals. I like all the metals. I don't want to just pigeonhole myself into silver or just gold. I like platinum, big fan of platinum, and palladium and the other metals as well. So there you have it. There's your market report for today. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Hope you found this video informative, insightful, and educational. Would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.